Okay. I'm drinking. Hello, folks. This is the alternative anti-war channel. This is not my main channel. This is anti-war. I'm not doing this on the main channel because I recorded a review for Hopslam, but I have some left. So since we can't do anything, the game I was supposed to go to today and yesterday and the day before yesterday were canceled the whole rest of the season, apparently by these, I don't want to say nitwits because that's not nice. I just went to mass this morning. We should not be so angry all the time and all, but I'm saying that what they're doing is an evident sign that they're not smart or they're fearful or they want to cover their behinds more than likely from some ridiculous lawsuit. Like it would be the university's fault if somebody got a virus because they went to a game. You know, you have to have a child's mentality to believe that, right? You would have to have a child's mentality. Oh, well, you know, we're dealing with the hysteria from this virus, which is not really as dangerous as the flu, and no one gives a hoot about the flu, except for a few people that get the vaccine, which is about 20% effective, meaning 80% of the time it doesn't work. Would you fly in a plane when 80% of the time they don't make it to the destination and they crash? I wouldn't, but people are suckers. They're born there. Suckers are born every day. Now, here's the orange. Look at that orange semi-translucent beer. It had a thicker head, you know, when I first poured it. They recommend a snifter glass, so there we go, a snifter glass. Hop resins, fruit, citrus fruit, hop oil. Oh yeah, I have to remember. I want to go pick some fruit. I'm not going to eat much of this Japanese plum fruit. I like Japanese plums. They taste good. They're very sugary sweet when they're ripe. And mine are getting ripe in that sun like mad. It's hot here already. Well, not hot. It's warm. 84 degrees, whatever. 82, 83, 84. In March. Can't believe it. The world's burning up. You're going to die from the world burning up. Well, people didn't really fall for that, did they? You see, a lot of college students did. Yeah, but then when they get older, they realize it's not true. So people couldn't really embrace socialism as much. Maybe in Europe, they're more gullible for socialism in Europe. They're more gullible for everything in Europe. We're Americans. We're more independent. We're not as gullible. We're pretty dang gullible, right? But in the New World, we're not as gullible. We like to believe that, and I think it's true anyway. But so they say, well, oh, you're going to die from the virus. You're going to die. And it's going to spread, and we're going to close down all the schools and all the sporting events. And now the socialist communist governor of Iowa is threatening to shut down all the restaurants and bars. And we have a socialist communist governor of Louisiana who'll probably follow suit, because that's what these people crave: power, power. They have a lust for power, and they get off like people get off on, you know, they get excited or aroused by money, sex, drugs. Drug addicts do that. But they get aroused by power and control over people. That's what they love. And they're evidencing that. Now, this might wake up Americans to the true nature of these socialist communists. They call themselves progressives, but this could wake people up. And they have to have a Great Depression before, but it's very important. So fruity, bready, like say white bread, the white bread crust, citrus fruit, but not so much like Dole canned pineapple, which I've complained about some IPAs in the past. This is a double IPA. It's relatively heavy bodied. It is heavy bodied, like 296 calories, 294 calories, whatever it is. It's high. It's fattening. When I drank this in the past, I was ridiculing it in a way, calling it a hop kiss. I said, this is not a slam. It's like a pet or a pat or a kiss of hops. It's not slamming me. Now, 10% alcohol might slam you, even though you don't realize it. It does feel like a 10% alcohol beer. I'll give it that, because it's got a lot of body. It doesn't taste boozy, even though it's 20 proof. But it just feels like it's got a lot of boldness and heft and character and all the sweetness, and the bitterness is there this time. So in the past, I said it really didn't taste that bitter. So I found that Hopslam was an ironic name. You're not getting slammed, but today I am, not by the alcohol, although, you know, those things could sneak up on a person, but no, not by the bitterness. I mean, Yes, by the bitterness. But I mean, I'm used to this. Have a very seasoned palate, so to speak. I started drinking beer in 1996 at age 27. A lot of people start drinking way before age 27. But so things like hop stupid, they just don't seem particularly bitter to me. Although I can look at these things in context. My next door neighbor, oh, they would be appalled by this. There's no way he would drink it. He might humor me now and say, "Oh yeah, man, that's," however his accent goes. He's from like Mississippi. What? Oh man, that's smooth. That's pretty good. You know, that's something else. Whoa, woo, woo, that's something. You know. But his mind would be thinking like, you know. Well, I don't even try anymore. I'm not an apostle of beer anymore. I used to be like an activist, like I want to go spread the good news of beer and trying different beers. But it's really doomed to failure because people try what they want to try, and like you just irritate them by telling them that. Like my family back in 1996, 96 to 97 when I started drinking beer, they all drank Coors Light, Miller Lite, Bud Light. That's all they drank. Bud, Light, B, and then alphabetical order C, Coors, and Miller. All right. So my attitude was, you know, y'all just don't know about the more pronounced flavors and enjoyable flavors. So I would bring, and I would, no, wasn't bringing Hopslam over there. It didn't exist till 2004. But I would bring things like Old English 800, you know, much richer and more. It's not what better made. That would be a stupid thing to say because Coors Light and all that's well made. It's just got a more full flavor, you know. But they wouldn't drink it. My father is the only one that would kind of try stuff. He would try. He didn't like it really, but he would try it. You know, he would try it and say, "Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's too strong for me." Like he wouldn't give himself a chance to get used to it. You know what I mean? So he would just drink, you know, Coors Light. But at least he would, and he wasn't humoring me. He wasn't trying to just to make me happy. He was like genuinely interested in trying things. And he'll ask me all the time, "What are you going to review now? What are you going to review now?" Because he takes all kind of medicine. He's the kind of person that whatever the doctor tells him, he'll take the medicine. So, you know, a lot of elderly people, they'll take any medicine, you know, it doesn't matter. And they'd be way sicker than if they didn't take it. So he can't drink alcohol with all the medicine he takes. And his blood pressure's high. And, you know, they take all these things that make them worse off. All right. So, but anyway, he if he hadn't been in that situation, like he's 75 years old now, he could, if he was in a normal weight, wasn't overweight, or he could drink and he didn't have high blood pressure. And he wouldn't have the high blood pressure if he wasn't overweight. But he would be able to drink these and try them. Because he's always asking me, like, "What do you think?" What, you know, because he wants to know. But his drinking never was measured. You see, it was never measured. He used that Louisiana method. And the Louisiana method is what? Drink until you pass out. Or you get sick and throw up, or you lay down on the couch, you feel terrible, and then you claim, "I'm never drinking again." You know, but then they do it, you know. But I observed that growing up by so many people, and I thought, that's not going to be me. I really don't have any interest in that. So I never engaged in it. I just never engaged in it. And I used to drink soft drink stuff, and I used to feel bad. I used to feel a lot worse than I feel now. I'm 51 years old now. I used to feel a lot worse when I was 31. But I realized now I was 30 pounds heavier. Used to be chubby, and I was eating, you know, snacks. And then I used to drink all these soft drinks, and they're very, very bad. You know, it's so bad for you, Dr. Pepper and all that. And so I haven't drank those practically, maybe one a year, but I have not drunk those in 10 years. I think it's been 10 years. I feel way better now. I feel so much better now. I just feel good most of the time. I rarely get sick. I think my immune system is strong. I'm not worried about the coronavirus whatsoever. I'm not even saying that to start on the air. I don't care. I'm not worried about it. I mean, I'm honestly just not worried about it. And I think the beer has really helped me. I think beer, wine, liquor, whiskey. I drink whiskey, brandy, rum. I think it makes me healthier, you know. So, but my approach is more into the tasting and the history of the brand. So when you're like a hobbyist, like I like to study the brands, like, oh, who started this? Like what goes into it? Like the advertising campaigns and the history. So, and I like to taste and say, oh, that tastes like blah, blah, blah. This tastes like such and such, you know, and that. But all this say, we're going to get drunk and oh man, you should have seen you last night. You were so ripped and all that. I don't care about that. I'm not going to do it. If I did do it, I wouldn't try to hide it, although it'd be a bad example to advertise it. But I just don't honestly care about it. This beer is really evidencing a lot of bitterness right now. Can't explain it. It's not off-putting at all. It's strong. It is a slam in a way. I think the IBUs are 90 to 100. I bet you they're 90 to 100. It's strength. Now, could this beer change year to year? I doubt it. But it could be some slight. I don't know. I can't answer it. I think they've used the same recipe for 16 years, but golly gee, when I tried it the first 3-4 times, and I never did pick up honey with this beer. I never picked up honey at all. They say it's brewed with honey, but they don't make a big power play on talking about the honey. If you read their stuff on their website, they don't make a big thing about the honey, which is a good thing because it really doesn't have any honey aroma or flavor. They just say it's brewed with honey. Maybe that enhances it in some way, and I can't perceive it. Well, that's fine. Tastes really good. I mean, I gave it a 9 on my, well, you'll see when you watch it, but I mean, you know, this is going to be a sky-high score. A sky-high score is $3 at Trader Joe's. Is that a good price? Well, I don't know. I never see it anywhere around here. It's only sold in cans now, unless you get a mini keg or draft. Go drink it on draft. But I never see Bell's beers around here, really, except for Oberon. Don't really see that fresh, but an exceptionally aromatic blend of hops combined in this balanced interpretation of the double IPA style. I totally agree with that statement. It is an aromatic blend, and it is very balanced. It is bitter. It's bitter. It's really bitter. This beer is really bitter. Oh, man, it's so bad. But it's very sweet, too. So it's balanced. It's like bold, 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 bold. You know, it's like a double barrel bold approach. Heavy bodied, slightly dry finish, though. Well, it's a dry finish, not like Bud Light dry. Absolutely, really dry. Drink Bud Light makes you thirsty. It's probably designed to do that, so you just keep drinking more and more, which I know people do. Somebody told me I was drinking Bud Light all day. I said, didn't you give that up for Lent? You know, drinking. Oh, well, this has been a screwed up Lent. It's been a screwed up year because of this coronavirus fake emergency. I agree. But it's not a screwed up Lent. You sacrifice for Lent, right? You give it up, you give it up. But I didn't tell him, you know, let me tell you what you need to do. I don't do that with people. I just asked a question and I didn't make a thing out of it. But hey, do I, you know, am I tempted to open this, take the plastic off this and smell it? Well, I can smell it through the plastic. Ha. Yeah, I'm tempted, you know, like I want to smell it. You know, it's Cheyenne. This company is great, you know, they're great. Grover, North Carolina. They do really good work. $1.52. $1.52. And they got this stupid government warning, you know, this making the package look ugly. That's your government. That's, you love that. Go ahead, love it. But I'm gonna wait. You know, some things are worth waiting for, and I'm going to wait till Easter Sunday. Yeah. And it's not to say, oh, look, I'm so good. Oh, I'm such a good person. I just gave up this for Lent and I'm just a great guy and I'm so much better than you. It's nothing like that. This is a discipline. It teaches us discipline. So if you can give up things that you enjoy, right, then that'll help you learn discipline and give you more powerful, stronger willpower. And can you overcome things with willpower? Yes. Now, does prayer and fasting help? Yes. Remember in the Bible, the disciples came to Jesus and they said, well, some of these demons, we couldn't cast them out. But others we could, but we couldn't cast these out. Now, Jesus didn't tell them, because you're no good. You're just you're just disciples. You don't have the full power. He didn't say that. He said, some of these are you can only get rid of them through prayer and fasting. Like some of these demons can only be expurgated, you know what I'm saying? Expunged, I should say, I mean to say, through prayer and fasting. Prayer and fasting. Like it's a long, drawn out process. It's not like, the Protestants say, oh, I found Jesus and all my troubles are gone. Well, that's a false doctrine. All your troubles are not going to be gone. You're not going to suddenly lose all your attachments, that's what they'll say. I learned to follow Jesus, and I don't have a desire to drink anymore, and I don't have a desire to gamble anymore, and I don't have a desire to curse anymore, and I don't have desire to run after the women anymore, because Jesus saved me. But that's wrong. That's an incorrect doctrine. You're going to have those attachments, but then they'll use this excuse, like John Calvin, like say, well, you aren't really saved. You aren't really saved. So they confuse people with their inadequate doctrines. What else can you call them? So, but the Catholic approach is the true approach. It's going to take a lot of work, and you have free will, and it's not going to be a snap thing, and you just no effort. No. This is not the way. Jesus didn't say that. I was just reading the Bible this morning. But people don't like to hear that, because you mean I have to work? I have to try? I have to put forth the effort? Well, I'm lazy. I don't want to do anything. I have no, I don't want to do anything. I just want to do nothing. But that's not but the gospel is you have to do something. Okay. They made this great ale. They didn't just throw it together with no effort. They didn't say, I just want it to be the best ale in the world. So I'm thinking that, and it's going to be so good. And I'm going to make it. No, they had to put time, effort, a lot of struggle, trial and error. They didn't do like people on The View on, these modern, I'm making fun of Protestants, but, and I'm making fun of like the more fundamentalist ones, but it's sometimes you use extreme examples to explain like a general concept, because you might have an Episcopalian be more dour, but they might still give you the same message, But you got The View, you got the women on The View. They might say, they'll say ridiculous things. Well, if you visualize it, it'll happen. All this new age thinking. All you have to do is believe it. You go, girl. You go, girl. If you believe it, it'll happen. No, it won't happen because you believe it. It'll happen because maybe you make it happen or you do something. So we contend against all these things. The virus, this great lie, if you want to call it that. We've had many lies perpetuated on America. You know this. It's easy to get the American people into a frenzy and believe all kind of lies and control and to change their lives. Think about 1941, 42, 1941, 42. You had people around America. There are people today. You say, well, that's a long time ago. People were dumb back then, 70 something years ago. Well, they're dumb now because even today, these people will say this I hear this at least twice a year, probably more than that. Oh, it's a good thing we won World War II. Oh, the Germans would have we'd all be speaking German now. Well, first of all, German is a good language. So what if you're speaking German? You would just be speaking it, right? And you have to eat a lot of sausage and pretzels and drink good beer and keep your house real clean and like have good hygiene. Well, that wouldn't be so bad. But anyway, but the real thing is that they think that they had this fantasy that Germany was going to invade America. It's such a joke. You would really not you can't know too much to believe something like that or think Japan was going to invade America. The chance of Japan or Germany ever invading America during World War II and winning and having any kind of reasonable chance of winning would be like me believing that this Hopslam could turn into a Coors extra gold lager from Coors while I'm holding it in my hand. You say, well, if you wait long enough, it could happen. I could wait for infinity, and this can of Hopslam will never turn into extra gold lager. All right. Just like you could wait forever and nothing is going to turn into something else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a log might turn into charcoal if you burn it. But you cannot wait around and then you're going to have a whole universe by just waiting. You say, yeah, it will. You'll just have the whole world by just waiting. It'll be a bang, like bang. One day there'll be nothing and things will bang, like bang, and then there's the whole world. Are you dumb or what? Okay. You say, that's science. That's not science. That's mythology. To think that you could just have nothing and then it could bang and then turn into the universe with rocks and pigeons with eyeballs and a beak flying around and nowhere to go. Only a fool would believe that. Dr. Frosty Bruce says, cheers, Ron. Cheers to you. So I appreciate you watching this alternative channel. So yes, we're anti-war. No, we don't believe in this fake virus scare. And if they shut down restaurants and bars, then you'll know you live in a communist country. See, sometimes Americans think, I get the feeling that the United States is becoming more communist. If that happens, then you'll know you do live in a communist country. You probably have more freedom in Cuba or North Korea. Sometimes communist countries get overthrown, though. But anyway, Hopslam is a winner all the way. Never doubt that. It's so good. I was thinking about reviewing this MXD. MXD, like maxed out cocktails. But I don't know, man. I drank a 6% left-hand stout, the peanut butter stout. Yeah, that was good. I mean, it was a 93. That was being a little generous, I guess. But compared to this, it ain't that good. If you want to be techno. But that's 6%. Now here's 10%. Do I really want to go that route? You know, it could be dicey, you know, because here's looking at you, kid. Look at this. I bought this in Lake Charles, Louisiana yesterday at a liquor store. It's a convenience store. In Louisiana, they don't call them liquor stores. They call them convenience stores. And they sell chips. They might sell aspirin, canned soup, whatever, you know, like a store, milk. But it's really a liquor store. That's what it really is. But this is called MXD, Mixed Cocktail Company. Strawberry Daiquiri. It's 12%. You know what I'm saying? If I drink this, I'm gonna be like, the people are gonna think, because you don't know what's going on, man. You know, it could be a real mess. I don't know if people want to see that. But some people have perverse interests and they would want to see that, you know. But I do have an envie to try it. I'm kind of impatient. I want to try it. I want to try it so much. 12% though. Our Chihuahua. Ooh wee. I don't know. Well, I could show y'all what I bought for to prepare for this apocalypse. The virus. It makes you have a dry cough and a fever. Oh, I never heard of having that before. I'm sure nobody ever had a fever and a dry cough in the history of this world and survived. It's so stupid because all I got to do is let it run its course like any other virus. You know, they say cancel all the sporting events, cancel all the. It's not going to stop any spread of it. That's a pipe dream. Maybe Wildcard Wednesday. Well, we're doing that. We're doing that. But I'm not going to bring this on Wildcard Wednesday because I got to do a solo review of it. You know what I'm saying? I already know what I'm bringing for Wildcard Wednesday. I'm bringing a Tecate Light. Yeah, I know it's kind of blah, but I have it. I have a bottle. May as well bring it, right? It's Wildcard. You bring what you want. Bring what you want. Bring what you want. Not what you want, what you want. So I wanted to buy the 15 pack of Keystone Ice, right? So I went to Circle K. We out. I could have gone to the other Circle K. I was on Louisiana Highway 3188. Could have gone to the Circle K on United States Highway 51 because there's 3188 and then there's 51. But I was like, I don't want to drive all the way over there. I got to get back home for Stout Sunday. So I figured, damn, I'll just pay a little bit more per ounce. And I bought 6 42-ounce bottles of Old English 800. Hey. Hey, but if I'm going to buy, at least I'm going to buy something with some flavor, you know, Old English 800. Six times 42. 42 ounces times 6 bottles equals 252 ounces divided by 12. 21 beers. It's 3 beers short of a case. 21 beers. Exactly 21 beers. A 15 pack plus a 6 pack. That's not too bad. And the best by date is August. August is fresh. And eat fresh. All right. Anyway, I'll be back some kind of way. They're doing a hangout over there on craft beer pours. I don't know what they're talking about. I might go see what they're doing. All right. But I might. Oh, I might do the MXD. I got 4 cans. I have 4 cans.